you lost one of your Portugal colleagues, Diogo Jota, and it was an unbelievably shocking thing to happen. Where were you when you heard that he died with his brother in this crash?
I was with Gio alone in our period of rest. I was there in the gym in the morning with Gio. I didn't believe when they sent me messages. I'm cry a lot. Gio can confirm that. I don't. It was very, very difficult moments for the country, for families, for friends, for teammates. Devastating. Very, very, very sad news.
You didn't attend his funeral, and your sister responded to people who were sort of raising questions by saying on social media that you just didn't want to turn the whole thing into an unnecessary circus with too much attention on you. Is that really what you were thinking?
Two things. People criticize me a lot. As I say, I don't care about that, because when you feel your conscience is good, free, you don't have to be worried about what the people say. But one of the things I don't do, it's after my father died, I've never been in a cemetery
Yeah.
again. And second, as you say, and you mentioned good, and you know me, and you know my reputation, wherever I go is a circus, I don't go also because if I go, the attention go from me, and I don't want this kind of attentions. And I saw, and I'm not criticized, I just say that I didn't like it, when you go in a sensitive moment to do it interviews, to speak about him, to speak about football. Come on, guys, what is this? This show, how circus is life sometimes. I'm not part of that. If you want to be part of this world, good luck. I'm going to be another side. People can continue to criticize me. They criticize, but it's gone already. I felt good with my decision.
Cristiano Ronaldo has spoken publicly for the first time about the death of fellow Portuguese international Diogo Jota, offering a rare moment of vulnerability in a candid interview that reveals not only personal grief, but the immense pressures that accompany public mourning in the age of global celebrity. Jota, just 28, died alongside his brother in a car crash. A shock that rippled through Portugal, European football, and the wider sporting world. Ronaldo recounts the moment he received the news. He was in a gym on a rest day with teammate Ruben Dias when a message arrived that he initially refused to believe. I cried a lot, he admits. It was a very difficult moment for the country, for his family, for friends, for teammates. The football world, long accustomed to seeing Ronaldo as an untouchable symbol of athletic perfection, was confronted with something else entirely: grief, disbelief, fragility. In a decision that sparked controversy online, Ronaldo did not attend Jota's funeral. His sister defended him on social media, but the scrutiny continued until Ronaldo addressed it himself. His presence would have turned the funeral into a media spectacle. Wherever I go, it's a circus. The attention goes to me, and I don't want that kind of attention, not in a moment like this. Ronaldo is not wrong. A funeral attended by one of the most photographed people on Earth would not have been a private goodbye, but a press event with zoom lenses, paparazzi drones, and debate panels. This interview isn't just about the death of a teammate. It exposes the uncomfortable reality that famous people no longer own their grief. Tragedy becomes a public referendum. Ronaldo's honesty may mark a turning point, not just for him, but for how we discuss loss involving public figures. For once, the most followed athlete on the planet is not selling anything, not legacy, not resilience, not the myth of perfection. He is speaking as a human being who lost someone, and who refuses to let that loss be turned into spectacle.
It's iconic, to be fair. I thought it would be I feel like the celebrities are holding it back a little bit. I feel like the civilian show is a lot more, what's the word? Traumatizing. But
Oh, right, okay.
I feel like the celebrity one, they've all done a cracking job, and I think it's been more funny than it has been more serious.
What do you think that? Because I've noticed this as well. The celebrities, and there are some big name celebrities on this series. I mean, there's Stephen Fry, Jonathan Ross, Paloma Faith. I mean, huge names. All of the ones I've mentioned have since been murdered, of course. But of course, watching the civilian version, in your words, everyone takes it so seriously. They cry, they yell. The celebrities, I think, treat it more as a game. Is there something to be learnt there?
I think so, a little bit. I just think like obviously they're playing for a charity, and I feel like when it's normal civilians, they're playing for money that could potentially change their life. So they're willing to do anything and go the extra mile and push themselves to be able to be in with a chance of winning that money. So I definitely feel like the civilian one is a lot more cutthroat as they're wanting to win the cash, whereas celebrities, we all know they might be a bit better off than normal folk, but I think it should be still played the same, because if I was in there as a celebrity and my chosen charity would be the brain charity, and I would go to town just to win that money for them because it's so close to my heart. So yeah, I feel like they've been holding back.
Okay, Theo, what effect did it have on you being in the show as an ordinary person?
I mean, it's changed my life. I'm very grateful for that. I'm very much a person, wear my heart on my sleeve. That's why it was an emotional run for me, because it took a toll on me. The mental health and the stuff, the welfare was very top notch. They looked after us. You do have to be a certain type of person to go in there. You have to be thick-skinned, otherwise you're not going to last at all. And I learned a lot about myself, and I think I am now a thick-skinned person, and I will go and put myself in any challenge.
Now, quickly, before we let you go, there was one thing this series that I really noticed, and it's when Stephen Fry said, hang on, every night the traitors go up to the tower, they get less sleep than the rest of the contestants. And he noticed one of the traitors that they all dropped it and no one went after it after that point. But is there a difference in the amount of sleep that the traitors get versus the contestants? What goes on behind the scenes?
As a faithful, I wouldn't be able to comment on that. I do know, obviously, they film. We get taken to our individual lodgings one by one after filming stopped. So they definitely, obviously, be taken to the turret to continue filming. So my guess would be that they would be filming later than others. So yeah, I mean, the way we enter breakfast on a morning, we go into different stages. Therefore, the traitors might get a lie-in, because we're obviously coming into the breakfast room at different times. So the traitors that have been filming longer than us might obviously have a bit of extra
How far away
sleep.
are the other lodgings?
Off the top of my mind, it was a long drive. It was a long drive, but the individual lodgings were lovely, and that's all I can say on that one.
Theo, just quickly, who's going to win?
Cat Burns for the win.
Brilliant.